feel like the earrings are doing too much. Okay, that's so much better. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Drusilla Shay. If you don't know already, today's video is all about the tall people. Do not think that I forgot about you because we here, all right? We will always be here. Today, I'm going to be telling you guys a little trick that I use when I'm out shopping and I see a pair of pants that I really like, but they don't seem like they're going to fit as long as I want. There's just a little technique that I use to see if I can still make the pant work for me or not. I know that some of you guys probably already know about this trick, but some of you may not know about this trick, and I'm sure it'll be extra helpful to you. But before we get started, you already know what you gotta do, okay? It's only one requirement, and that is to hit that red subscribe button. Help you throw out, okay? Let's make this relationship work, okay? It can't just be a one-sided relationship. Both gotta do something to make this work. So make sure you go ahead and please hit that red subscribe button, and also go ahead and hit that bell notification to make sure that you're always up to date on my uploads. Now we can get started. I came across these grid pattern pants at Burlington Coat Factory. They were $20, $19.99 to be more specific, and I was like, okay, you know, they cool or whatever, but I would prefer it to be a little bit longer, and I think that's what a lot of us tall people go through. But there are some few gems out there that actually have some hidden extra fabric in them. Now, most of you guys know that in every pair of pants or skirt or top, whatever, there's always a hemming at the edge. So there's usually a piece of fabric that's folded and then sewn, but there are some pieces that are folded way more than others in the hem. And so as you can see with this pant, okay, I'm gonna undo it. All of this is just extra fabric. All of this is literally just inside of the pant. I could get inches longer in my pant. That's like colossal for tall people. If it's extra space, you can always undo it and then re-hem it so that the hemming is smaller. And so that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. Now, if you don't know how to sew, that's fine. You can like take it to a dry cleaners, or you can take it to someone who does know how to sew. But I just do like a quick hand sew to re-hem my pants. Before we actually get to things, I'm going to show you guys how the pants look before the hemming is undone, and then I'm going to show you guys how it looks afterwards so you can see how much extra length I've gained with undoing the hemming. So you can see it looks pretty cropped on me. It's not that it looks bad, but I think that these pants were intended to be full length pants. So after I undo the hemming, it's certainly going to be full length. Real quick guys, before we get started, I actually realized while I was filming that things got a little bit more complicated and advanced in terms of the technique that I use for these particular pants, because it does have that split in them. So what I'm gonna do is first show you how I undo the hem for regular pants versus how I do the unhemming for the pants that have little splits on them. So if you just want to undo regular pants like this that don't have any type of split in them, then watch that first. And then if you do happen to come across pants that you like that have the little split on them that you want to also unhem for extra length, then you can also watch that. So I have both of those in this one video. So now we can actually get started. So the first thing I want to make sure I have is a red roll that is the color of the pant that I am unhemming. I also make sure that I have a pair of scissors, a blade on hand because it's extra thin, it's extra sharp, and it gets the precision that I need. And then I also of course use the sewing needle that has a little hole at the top that you can put the thread through. And I'm not gonna do the whole like re-sewing thing of these black pants on camera because I'm doing it for the blue pants that I'm about to show you guys. But I will show you how to unhem this so that you have extra length and then you can rehem it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is turn my pants inside out. This is all the extra fabric that was hiding underneath these pants. This is a good amount. Honestly, that doesn't compare to the blue pants. Anyway, so what I do is I take the hem, which is the folded part, and I take the actual pant and I tug them apart so that I can easily see the thread that is holding them together. I know it's kind of hard to see because this is black, but this right here is the thread that's holding these two together, and this is what I'm gonna cut. So I'm hoping you can see it better this way, and I'm just cutting it open. Boom. Shakalaka. Boom. All right, guys, it's pretty quick, but for those of you who are not too used to this, I would suggest that you really do take your time, be very slow. But as you can see by the line, this is where it used to be folded at. This is now how much extra space we're working with. After I unhem this, usually I iron it so that the line goes away. Then I take it in again. So clearly I have to re-hem it because I don't want this bottom part to show like this. So I will have to re-hem it. But when I re-hem it, I won't do such a big fold. So I'll re-hem it and fold it very, very tiny so that I still have all this space to work with. So this is how you undo the pants for extra length. For those of you guys who don't know how to sew, please just take it to the cleaners, or you can use like a sewing 101 video on YouTube. But I'm not gonna rehem this one on camera because I already rehem the blue one. And if you wanna just see how the finished product of the blue one looks, then please keep watching. So here's the hemmed part, and this is the actual pant, okay? And this is the part that we're trying to undo. This is the extra length that we want. So essentially what I do is I tug on the hemming, which is this, and I tug on the actual pant. I try to see where the thread is that's holding the two together. So as you can see, this blue thread is what I need to be cutting off, because what I'm trying to do is make sure I just cut the thread so that I'm not actually cutting the pant. You have to be patient so you don't end up cutting the pant. Honestly, once you get the first few pieces of thread out, it's pretty much a piece of cake because it becomes more clear what you need to cut, and it kind of starts becoming easier to undo the thread. So as you can see, it's becoming pretty easy now to just go ahead and cut this thread. Just make sure you take your time, be careful, and only cut the thread. Okay, that was super quick. I just finished undoing the hem. Now this pant is a little bit of a special case because it has a slit thing going on, but we can get through it, guys. We just need to take a couple extra steps. This piece of the fabric is still attached because this is where the slit is. Okay, this is the slit right here, and this piece of fabric is like attached. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this right down the middle. And then what I'm gonna do now is take the scissor and cut this part to release the rest of the fabric. That has undone this side of the fabric, okay? And now I have to do the same thing for this side because this side is still attached right here. This whole thing is extra fabric. I'm going to have to rehem this and also rehem this part because it has that slit thing going on. So for those of you guys who didn't see it, I'm going to just explain it once again for this leg. So first I start off by kind of tugging the hemming and the actual pant so I can see the thread that is holding them together very clearly. So I do a little bit of tugging until it's very evident what I should cut. Go in with the blade, cut the thread off. Now we have technically all this length except this part is still attached to the pant, so I need to kind of release it. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut in between. I'm going to undo this part right here. So now we also have this side to do. not only do I have to hem this part, but I have to hem the slit action going on here. I can either choose to continue making it a slit and hemming these two sides, or I can hem it, you know, into one. Okay guys, time to get it popping. I have my thread and my needle, and I have the hemming. Dun dun dun. Honestly, this is not like a sewing 101, so if you don't know how to sew, you can take it to the dry cleaners. They'll do something like this for you. So this is how the hemming of the pant looks from the outside, and then this is the slit section. I know it's quite a long slit, but you know, it could be fashionable. So I'm gonna do the other side. Oh, now I'll be done. Alrighty guys, now here is the final product of my pants. And if you're wondering how the back slit looks, all right guys, that is all. It is chop time. We all know chop time, no friend. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you find this helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you are going to be using this technique, please give it a thumbs up. If you're part of the tall squad, please give it a thumbs up and make yourself known in the comments box. If you have any tall people hacks that you can share, please go ahead and leave them down in the comments box below. Please do not forget to subscribe. Help your girl out, okay? Because subscriptions is how we keep the channel moving. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.